Graduates, family and friends, ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is about to begin, so please kindly take your seats.
If you haven't already done so, please do switch your phones to silent mode. And of course, please do take your seats. We will be starting in just a bit.
Breathe.
Take it one
Small step.
at a time. Congratulations for making it to the finish line.
Or is this the starting line? So what comes after your degree? You must have so many questions.
Uncertainty about where to go next and who you will become.
so much, you keep going at it, even past graduation.
But sometimes, the answer comes looking for you. Take it from me. The truth is, nobody knows what they're doing at the start. I'm not sure if anyone told you this, but
Every expert was once a beginner.
And what seems like the end of a journey is often the start of life's greatest adventures.
Eventually, you learn to be the voice that guides someone else.
soon, you'll help someone take their first step.
Talking about SMU, do you know why the Likashing Library is the tallest building in SMU? Because it has many stories.
At SMU, we don't just graduate.
We grow.
Because learning does not stop with a degree.
It moves, evolves,
And connects us for life.
Over here we have our alumni.
4 years ago, we stepped into SMU with questions and wonder about where we're heading. Today, the answers are clear.
Honestly, it's bittersweet. There's a lot of excitement about what's next, but also the sense of nostalgia that I've been feeling lately. The past 4 years I've spent here have been amazing, honestly.
Relieved, but also kind of weird. Like, it's over already. It's been tough. A lot of late nights, a lot of numbers, a lot of what am I even doing? But I made it, and I guess I'm proud of that.
I know that when I step out into the world, I'm stepping out with so much more than just my degree.
For me, I would say that moment would be when I got to pitch one of my ideas to real investors. So it was actually real people who could make my idea happen. And for me, the best part was that I actually managed to get mentored by one of the top investors. And that was not like just a simple good job hit kind of thing, but actual insights on how to take my business to the next level. And honestly, I think that is easily one of the coolest experiences that I've had at SMU.
This one project where I had to step up as the leader, even though I didn't really want to. I was nervous, second-guessing myself, but my team believed in me. And somehow I pulled through. That was a turning point. It made me realize that even if I don't have all the answers, I can still figure things out. And that experience shaped me into someone who's not afraid to take the lead when it matters.
Definitely the late night brainstorming sessions with my team. We ran on caffeine and pure adrenaline, trying to perfect our pitch deck. It was so stressful, but also some of the best moments because we were all in it together, pushing each other to be better. And those friendships, I think they last way beyond university.
It has to be the time that my friends and I spent hours debating over the best way to solve an economic model. We got so deep into it, we completely lost track of time. And when we finally left, we realized that the sun was about to rise. So it sounds quite nerdy, but in those moments of deep engagement, when you're just in the zone like like-minded people, those are the ones that I'll always remember.
Impact. Because that's what I want to create, whether it's through my career, my relationships, or the way I show up in the world.
Growth, because if there's one thing that I've learned is that I never want to stay in the same place for too long. I want to sort of keep pushing myself, learning new things, and see how far I can go.
Strategy. Because everything in life, just like economics, is about making the right decisions with the information you have.
Steady, because I'll figure things out eventually.
I'd say potential, because after everything SMU has thrown at me, I know I can handle whatever comes next.
Breakthrough, because that's what I'm aiming for, breaking limits, breaking barriers, and creating something truly impactful.
We may be closing a chapter, but our story is just beginning.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to SMU Yong House School of Law Commencement Ceremony 2025. My name is Tamerlyn.
My name is Joshua.
And we are your MCs for tonight. Now today we are gathered here just to take a little walk back down memory lane. I think it's incredible to see so many familiar faces in the room if we just look around. And of course to our friends and family who are here at law school for the first time, of course a warm welcome. This is where your friends and family have been spending their last 4 years, you know. And of course tonight we're gonna be just reminiscing a lot about what we just went through the last 4 years. But more than that, we are gonna be celebrating our achievements. To be able to stand here on the stage to take your degree today, a degree in law, I think that is something that is not easy to come by. So of course, without further ado, let us proceed into our commencement ceremony.
Now, before we begin, please remain respectful as well as maintaining a considerate atmosphere throughout the proceedings that we will be having later on. Our graduates have all worked hard and we just want to preserve the dignity for this event. Now, if you have not done so already, kindly switch all your mobile devices to silent mode. Should anyone require the restroom, it is right outside the hall. For the gentlemen, it will be on the right. For the ladies, on the left. Now, I think if we look around, there is an important group that's missing. And truly, without this important group of people, the past 4 years wouldn't have worked at all.
That's right.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our distinguished faculty members. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Faculty and ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Let us now enjoy a short video montage prepared by our students.
I think that the class has worked hard in many different ways. Besides the pandemic, which challenged us all, some of you faced other challenges. Some of you took a bit more time to blossom and develop, but blossom and develop you did. There were many routes that you started on, but just look at where you've ended up now.
In a blink of an eye, 4 years has passed, and I think before we know it, it'll be another 4 years, 8 years, 20 years. And I think it's important for everyone to take some time away, not just be too caught up in the rat race. We all know that it's going to be a difficult and challenging time once we enter practice for most of us. And even if we don't enter practice, there'll be challenges ahead in life. But I think what we should hold core to ourselves is the time we spend with family and friends, treasuring those moments and living a balanced life.
I think what I will miss the most about law school is the fact that every time you walk through law school along the corridor, you will always see somebody you know. And it's like the nicest feeling, even if you don't talk to them, even if you're just waving and just saying hi to them, it's still a really nice feeling to know that there will always be people around that you can just have a good conversation with.
I think the one person that I would like to thank in SMU School of Law, and I think I can speak for the rest of my friends here, is Professor Yong. In year one, he taught law, gave us a very good foundation of the subject. But beyond that, he taught us more than just taught law. He taught us how to chill in law school. He taught us how to enjoy. And I cannot forget one of the advice he gave us. He taught us to go to Fort Canning, lie down on the grass and just stare at the clouds to de-stress and look at the flowers, take pictures of them and send it to them. Send it to him. So I think this is a form of teaching that extends beyond just legal education. It is about life, it is about how to take things easy, take things slow, amidst a very busy schedule that law students often find themselves in.
This is something I remember that former Dean Gori Han told us in his parting message to us students. I remember he said this in an email. He said, remember that we are all fellow members of this common enterprise, which we call the law, which is to do right by people and to always arrive at the fair and just outcome. And that message actually really struck me. And I hope that this is something that we all remember.
I would just like to remind everyone that we are the authors of our own story, so ultimately we get to decide the kind of life that we really want to live, and we are the ones who really write how this chapter is going to end as well. So just take charge of whatever comes at you in life, and honestly, I think you will only really benefit by enjoying the journey that comes after law school. And I hope to maintain close relations with all the people I've met in law school, and I wish everyone all the very best in whatever they are pursuing after graduation.
Hi, my name is Erica, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank Prof. Llewellyn for his enthusiasm and his great sense of humor in the classroom. I believe that it takes a lot to carry students through 3-hour seminars, and in my case, it was 3-hour seminars back to back 3 days a week, and he did it with such joy that it really was an enjoyable class to be a part of, and I believe that all students have so much to be thankful for when it comes to his teaching, and I want to wish him a very happy retirement moving forward.
Wasn't that touching? You know, looking at the corridors and the empty hallways, it nearly made me cry. But you know what stopped me from crying? Seeing Abhishek just holding in and stifling that laughter. So anyway, thank you very much to for those who appeared in the video. I think you really do speak for all of us when I say, you know, that was really such a wonderful video put together. Please give yourselves a round of applause.
And of course, with that, you know, over the last 2 years or so, we've also had someone who's been working really hard behind the scenes to make all our literal curriculum happen, you know, planning law school activities for us and everything. Well, this person is none other than our Dean, Professor Lee Pei-won. So right now, may we please invite Professor Lee up on stage to give her graduating speech.
Dr. Nolene Hazer, distinguished guests, graduates, faculty, and friends. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Commencement 2025. Now, this year marks SMU's Silver Jubilee. Some of us remember the early days, 25 years ago, with no permanent campus, a small cohort of students, a handful of staff and faculty. It was a small beginning. Today's celebration invites us to pause and reflect on how far we've come. From where I stand, I see not just a sea of color and ceremony, but a picture of splendor and distinction. Beyond the visual vitality lies a rich tapestry of lives shaped, friendships forged, and a legacy built by students, faculty, and all who have walked this journey with us. The Yong House School of Law is, of course, a riveting chapter in the SMU story. And this year, we've turned a page that is nothing short of remarkable. Our mooters have blazed across the global stage. In the last season, they achieved a record number of podium finishes and clinched 7 international championships, including, just to name a few, the Viz East Moot, the Red Cross International Humanitarian Law Moot, and of course, the Jessup International Law Moot, ending a 24-year trophy drought for Singapore. Now, not stopping there, our students also recently emerged champions at the 10th CDRC Mediation and Negotiation Competition in Vienna. But excellence is not confined to mooting and other similar competitions. Our students are also making waves in research, publishing in leading peer-reviewed journals and pushing boundaries in new domains. For example, students from the SMU Legal Innovation and Technology Club were named grand finalists at the Large Language Model and Law Hackathon in Cambridge, proudly bringing home the Legora Challenge Award. Another group of students co-authored an academic paper with a faculty member, which was selected for presentation at the prestigious International Conference for AI and Law in Northwestern Chicago. Now, what makes these achievements truly impressive is not just the victories and the awards, but the spirit of curiosity, resilience, and excellence that defines an SMU education. These are traits that I hope you will carry with you all the time, etched not just in your mind, but in the deeper recesses of your character. Now, commencement is a time to celebrate your achievements and a time to anticipate the future. For some of you, your jubilation today may be mixed with a touch of trepidation. You have heard the stories, the long hours, the demanding clients, and the relentless pace. Now, the bad news is that much of this is true. If you found SMU challenging, I think the professional world will stretch you even more. Now, but here's also the good news. The next chapter will be just as exhilarating as it is exacting. Inasmuch as it is a test, it is also an invitation to rise above the mundane, to chart a path of purposeful work and meaningful contributions. Now, naturally, many of you will aspire to a career marked by upward and outward success. Indeed, my colleagues and I have every confidence that you will achieve your aspirations and more. However, the pinnacle of success is not the accumulation of visible outward achievements, but lasting contributions built on the hidden and unseen foundation of your values. Allow me to suggest 3 values that are particularly crucial. The first is a steadfast commitment to what is good and right. Your paths will diverge according to your talents, your interests, and opportunities. But whatever path you take, let your work be anchored in a deep commitment to integrity, justice, and meaningful contributions. Commitment, by definition, is not passive, nor is it partial or convenient. A half-hearted commitment is no commitment at all. Now, falling short of what is good is not just a matter of doing less good. It can often mean positive harm to someone else, to a real person. Now, when we trade conviction for comfort or choose silence for the sake of expedience, we undermine the very ideals that the law exists to protect. But doing what is right often comes at a cost. So the next value I would like to highlight is that of courage. If we are committed to meaningful ideals, those of justice, fairness, and excellence, we must expect obstructions, setbacks, and distractions along the way. Now, some of you might have seen the Clint Eastwood film, Juror No. 2, that was released last year. The story features Justin Kemp, a recovering alcoholic and an expectant father, who faced an agonizing choice while serving as a juror during a high-profile murder trial. As the evidence unfolds, he realized to his horror that he might have accidentally killed the victim in a hit-and-run, believing at that time that he had hit a deer while driving under influence. Now, Justin's legal advisor warns him that given his history of alcoholism, confession would inevitably mean severe punishment, leaving his wife to raise their unborn child alone. So Justin's turmoil deepens as the story progresses. If he wishes to protect his family, he must stay silent. Saving the innocent man will come at an enormous cost, personal cost to himself. Now, I hope none of us will ever land in such a stark moral dilemma. But the question that confronts Justin also confronts us, and that is, at what personal cost will I do good and defend the cause of justice? Would we have the courage to do what we think Justin should do? Courage is not a courage is not a sudden burst of heroism. It is a muscle forged in everyday choices, in the quiet, unseen moments. None of us is immune to failure, but we can always guard against it by vigilant training. I hope that every one of you will resolve today to flex those muscles of courage every day so as to stand the test when it arises, whatever its scale and magnitude. The third value I urge you to embrace is that of compassion. As you receive your degree today, you can count yourselves to be among the world's most privileged. With the right attitudes, all of you are poised to enjoy successful and rewarding careers. But I hope you will always remember that your happy station in life is the result of many factors well beyond your control. Where you were born and raised, your parents and family, your attitude for academic studies, your education and your community. These are all unearned blessings. Many of you will acquire wealth, influence, and opportunity, but how will you steward them? I hope you will always keep in mind your responsibility to those less privileged than yourselves. They are here among us in our own community if you look out for them. And they are all around us in impoverished, oppressed, and war-torn countries. Now, instead of focusing narrowly on personal, linear ascent, I encourage you to embrace a capacious vision of success that includes the uplifting of others. Envisioning success in collective terms will almost certainly lead to significant and enduring achievements. My colleagues and I are incredibly proud of every one of you. You have not just completed your degrees, but you all have also grown and flourished in your time here in SMU Law. Your graduation today marks a bright and promising beginning. It is our sincere hope that with an unflinching commitment to what is good and right, the courage to defend the ideals of the law, and a deep compassion for others, you will not only build meaningful careers, but also create lasting impact that blesses others. Many congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Professor Lee. May we please invite you back to your seat. I think those are really encouraging words by Professor Lee. Thank you once again for the timely reminder what it means to truly be a lawyer in today's day and age. And I think also one recurring theme throughout her speech is you can see how SMU just teaches you not just in the classroom, but beyond it. We've got a lot of experiences from writing research papers, going for moods, and of course a lot of us have also experienced exchange. I think this is something that other unis may not find as fortunate as us. So definitely these are core memories that we would hold on to even for the rest of our lives. With that, we are also privileged today to have Dr. Nolene Hazer, Rector of Ridgeview Residential College, National University of Singapore, and former United Nations Under-Secretary General for today's commencement ceremony. Dr. Hazer is a social scientist, and she served as Under-Secretary General of the United Nations from 2007 to 2015. She was also the highest-ranking Singaporean in the UN system during her term. She is currently a member of the UN Secretary General's High-Level Advisory Board on Mediation, which also supports specific mediation efforts around the world.
In 2009, Dr. Hazer led an unprecedented dialogue with Myanmar's leaders on development and poverty reduction, resulting in the government of Myanmar requesting the formation of development partnership that has allowed practitioners, eminent international scholars, and local researchers to exchange experiences and ideas with governmental agencies and civil society. This has been regarded by many as helping to catalyze the opening up of the country from its former isolation. She was the first woman to serve as the Executive Secretary of the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific since its founding in 1947. Under her leadership from August 2007 to January 2014, the Commission focused on regional cooperation for a more resilient Asia-Pacific founded on shared prosperity, social equity, and sustainable development. She was at the forefront of many innovations, including economic policies, sustainable agriculture and urbanization, energy security, and regional connectivity. With that said, may we now invite Dr. Hazer up on stage for her opening address. Dr. Hazer, please.
Dean Lee Pei-Woon, esteemed faculty and colleagues, proud families and friends, and above all, law graduates and class of 2025, congratulations. Today is a day of joy. It is your day. I'm so delighted to be with you on this very special occasion at the Singapore Management University, a crucial university in the heart of Singapore. It is a rare privilege to stand before you, you who are new guardians and custodians of justice and the rule of law. Today you receive not just a degree, but an important invitation to shape the course of law and contribute to the evolving future of our rule-based world order. This moment, dear graduates, belongs to you. You have earned it through your hard work and belief in justice. Let me use some of your final moments as students to reflect soberly on the world you are entering as lawyers. Because, dear graduates, I must tell you that globally, the rule of law is under siege. Singapore has long been admired for its trusted institutions, where the social contract is honored, for its legal system, for its firm commitment to the rule-based world order. All this is central to its survival and prosperity as a small city-state. But around the world, the situation is deeply disturbing. As someone who has spent most of her career making our multilateral rule-based order work for a sustainable world of shared prosperity, peace, and security, today I watch in horror as the very foundation of a dignified, humane future is being undermined before our eyes. I need to take off my hat, if you don't mind. We are witnessing a global erosion, not just of law, but trust in legal systems. Erosion of faith in core values and respect for human dignity and fundamental rights. This is not a legal problem alone. It is a crisis of humanity. And it is one of the most serious challenges of your generation. Why does this matter? Why does it matter to you as graduates of the SMU Law School? Well, as lawyers, as young lawyers, as future judges, public defenders, lawmakers, corporate counsels, and human rights advocates, you need to understand that what we're witnessing today are not isolated failures. The systematic weakening of the rule of law is an erosion of our ethical core, driven by fear, greed, and unchecked power. Most dangerously, it is flamed by narrow self-interest and the growing hatred of the other, to the extent that the rule of law and the rules of war no longer matters. The rule of law is not just another academic concept. It ensures that the right of every individual and country, big or small, are protected, that power is accountable, peace is sustainable, and contracts are enforceable. It ensures that no one, not the richest, nor the most powerful, is above the law. And it protects the most vulnerable from the whims of power. Without the rule of law, the alternative is either lawlessness or rule by law, when law becomes the servant of the powerful, not the shield of the weak, the small, and the vulnerable. And here is a paradox of our time. We live in the most legally sophisticated era in human history. We have international courts, human rights treaties, trade regimes, numerous conventions, anti-corruption bodies, and yet impunity and double standards proliferate. Why? Why? Because law without political will is just paper. Law without institutions of integrity is an empty formality, leading to corruption and mistrust. And law without courageous lawyers, lawyers like you, is powerless. But if this moment is dangerous, it is also filled with unprecedented opportunity. You graduate into an unpredictable world in crisis, but also one, dear graduates, in which your skills, your integrity, and your imagination can make a major difference. You can be contributors and builders of the next legal order. And you carry something essential: faith in the law, not as it is, but as it can be. So, dear graduates, let me offer 3 invitations, 3 paths you may consider as you step into your legal careers, whether in Singapore, across ASEAN, in Asia, or on the global stage. First, be custodians of integrity in a complex world. I'll repeat that again. Be custodians of integrity in a complex world. The SMU Law School has championed real-world learning. You understand that the law does not exist in a vacuum. Neither should your ethics. Whether you find yourselves in the boardroom, the courtroom, parliament, in government, the private sector, or civil society, remember always your integrity. This is essential. There will be times when you'll be confronted with pressure to look the other way, to twist the truth, to treat the law as a tool of convenience. Resist this. Be the voice that resists the quiet compromises that chips away at fairness and our normative core. Insist on due process. Demand accountability. Remind others that convenience can never substitute for justice. Without honest, courageous, and ethical lawyers, the law cannot hold. Second, be innovators for justice. I repeat again, be innovators for justice. The law must evolve. The best lawyers do not merely serve the law, they serve justice. Too often, our legal system still reflects the values of an era long gone: colonial, patriarchal, extractive. Use your legal imagination not only to interpret the law, but to transform it. I have spent much of my multilateral career focusing on women, law, and development to transform structural and deep-rooted injustice like violence against women, unequal citizenship, the devaluation of women's work and life, and sexual violence as a weapon of war and genocide. This work transformed the pursuit of gender equality from being an inclusion in an unjust system to reshaping that system. I'm convinced that the most successful lawyers of your generation will not simply apply the law, they will shape it. The challenges ahead, AI ethics and governance, cross-border data regulation, climate justice, cyber crimes, refugee rights, the protection of civilians and the rules of war cannot be met with 20th century tools, many of which have been broken or severely weakened. You can be the architects of tomorrow's legal order. How exciting. Here in Singapore, where innovation meets the rule-based order, you are uniquely placed to lead. With your SMU training, you have the possibility to reimagine laws and design legal frameworks that address real needs on the ground, that are inclusive and equitable and responsive to 21st century challenges. As ASEAN deepens integration, consider what a regional rule-based law would look like, where human rights, environmental protection, and access to justice are strengthened across borders, not confined within them. Thirdly, be global citizens of the rule-based multilateral world order. I repeat again, be global citizens of the rule-based multilateral world order. You are graduating from a law school in a country that is deeply connected to the region and the rule-based multilateral world order for its stability and its success. You are not just national lawyers, but are part of the global legal community with the UN Charter as the bedrock of international relations. This comes with greater collective responsibility to defend international laws and multilateral norms that are violated in regions and globally. I share the anger and despair felt by so many around the world who feel helpless to stop the atrocities we are witnessing in Gaza, including the use of starvation as a weapon of law, and seeing innocent, hungry children shot when getting food. Unfortunately, the current leadership of the United States, the de facto guarantor of the rule-based multilateral order for 80 years, is no longer its champion. In the current fragmented geopolitical environment, few countries have the attention span to focus on multilateral affairs when they are dealing with US tariffs and worry about how Washington policies affect them. More than ever, we need your generation to stand in solidarity with those navigating the multiple disruptions and conflicts of our wildly uncertain world. Use your skills to serve not just clients, but communities that are searching for common ground, for peace and security, and forging alliances to manage our global commons and global public goods. Dear graduates, the most respected lawyers of the future will be those who help shape responses to the global disorder in our deeply troubled world. those who help build bridges of effective global and regional cooperation between legal systems, between public and private sectors, to forge shared commitment and pathways for a more peaceful and sustainable future despite difficult geopolitics. So, dear class of 2025, in closing, let me share a final thought. You graduate not just with a degree, but with a duty to be both excellent and ethical, a duty to uphold what is right, not merely what is legal, a duty to stand for the rule of law, not only when it is easy, but especially when it is hard. I believe in your generation. I believe that with your commitment to ethical leadership, our evolving new world order and the rule of law will continue to serve as a beacon, not of fear and control, but of justice, fairness, and human dignity. So congratulations, class of 2025. You are the future, and I'm proud of you. Go forth with courage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hazer. Please remain on stage, and we'd like to invite Dr. Hazer to the center of the stage for the presentation of awards to the top students. Dr. Hazer, please make your way to the center of the stage. This year, we are proud to present the Jones Day Master of Laws Annual Top Scholar Award for Judicial Studies to Ko Jia Ying.
Next, the Wee Chong Jin Prize for the Most Outstanding Juris Doctor Graduate to Lo Wen Lee Samantha. And finally, we are proud to present the Kwek Hong Pung SMU Yong Pung Hao School of Law Valedictorian Award to Rayleigh To Xuan Hui. Thank you to Dr. Nolene Hazer. May we please invite you back to your seat.
Once again, a big congratulations to all our award winners. At this time, may we also invite our Dean back on stage for the presentation of degrees, starting with the postgraduate cohorts.
Presenting to you the graduates from Master of Laws. Anand George. Angita Reina Alfonso. Charlotte Lucille Chia. Shinweyan Eileen. Chaudhry Gohar Taj Mahal Hussain. Dayangku Siti Nur Suaida Pengiran Jufrisa. Feng Kangjin. Ho Cheng Hang. Jivana Kelaithasan. Justin Khan Roy Liang. Justina Matthew. Quang Hao. Lam Timothy Tse Him. Lee Ihan. Lim Pei Se. Lim Tofai. Leo Meiju. Leo Shizheng. Liu Cheng. Liu Huan. Liu Xinyu. Liu Ziwei. Lo Ijia, Michael Robert So, Muhammad Mastan, son of Abdul Ghani, Muhammad Shabazz Ali, Mumtaz Binte Abdul Halim, S. Krishna Priya, Sadita Manju Lahari Inturi, Sherman Tan Yun Kwang, Shreya Shri Thiagarajan, Sonali Nakulan Panikar, Theo Chun Sin Simon, Tairung Daula Gufu, Budin Thang, Wang Lin, Wang Buxuan, Xiao Lili, Yap Hui Che, Johannes Brillianto Hadi, Yong Tianming Desmond, Yu Hanrui, Zhou Fangting, Presenting to you the graduates from Juris Doctor. Anadine Yo Shuhui. Chen Xuewen. Shirley Chang Xianwei. Clarice Jenna Lo Wenqi. Elsa Shalina Abdullah. Hoyen Zhang Azinger. Hong Wenyu. Jaina Tan Wei Xuan. Lee Takshawat. Lim Yihan Danielle. Loke Y Kit Andrew. Liu Yijia. Muhammad Azhar bin Muhammad Iqbal. Po Pinzhang. So Jie. So Zhao Yan. Sukhjavan Kawa. Yang Yingting Evan. Yuan Ziying. Zhang Yongda. Zhang Xiaoyue. Zhang Xueyao.
Thank you, Professor Lee. May we invite you to return to your seat. A big congratulations to all LLM and JD graduates. You are now officially law graduates of SMU.
Now, of course, with the presentation of degrees, we would also like to invite the Wee Chong Jin Prize for the Most Outstanding Juris Doctor Graduate, Lo Wen Lee Samantha, to give a speech. Samantha, please.
Guest of Honor, Dr. Nolene Hazer, Professor Lee Pei-Won, Dean, SMU Law School, fellow graduates, class of 2025, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my honor to speak to you on behalf of the Juris Doctor class of 2025. 3 years ago, each of us made a decision, leaving established careers, moving countries. We attempted to juggle raising children, managing families, the opportunity cost of continuing our education. All of us chose to persevere in this endeavor, whether to fulfill a lifelong dream, to have a fresh start in a new career, or because we felt that we could grow and contribute to something meaningful. And grow we did. In the past 3 years, it's really tested us personally as well as intellectually. And borrowing words from a wise friend, Mr. Calvin Chirnside, we have anchored ourselves through commitment to the work, to the process, to showing up in the tough times, and truly, when was it not tough? Second, competence, not just in knowing the law, but in knowing how to question and reason. And third, collegiality, the quiet but powerful spirit of helping each other as we went along this journey. And these were all encapsulated in the very shared experiences that we had together, be it the wise words or wise warnings of Miss Pixie Seat at our first orientation session, the sharing of briefs once we saw the length of the reading list given by Prof. Lok Nisu, the anxiety of being cold-called by Professor Chan Wing Chong, a shoulder to cry on, and a supportive word offered by Ms. Ong Yi-Ing, light-hearted jokes from Professor Lo Ki-yang, or looking out the window. I don't know how many times I thought about considering a profession in entrepreneurship to sell umbrellas when I was in Professor Lau Kuan Ho's classes. Year one was a little bit of a sink or swim, frankly. And when we thought, okay, hang on, we kind of got this, then year two and year three arrived. It just showed us how much we had yet to learn, and that in the endeavor of the law, we will always be learning. As a class, we were pretty confused in conflicts and equity, and I'd like to thank Professors Ip Man and Professor Adeline Chong for their utmost patience in guiding us through these two classes. And legal theory and philosophy completely stumped us. So we had lots of the most funny class discussions, which I will cherish forever. We were very lucky to be taught by Professor Alvin C. twice, and we confronted legal jargon in Constitution with Professors Eugene Tan as well as Professor Kenny Chung, attempted to learn what debt and equity was through PowerPoint with Professor Stephen Bull, and attempted some of the most diabolical how to get away with murder hypotheticals with Professor Chen Siyuan and Mr. Chong Kai-sheng. Thank you, professors, each and every one of you, for the patience and for the lessons that you have imparted to us. And the best part of that really is that through this journey, we each figured out how to get through by ourselves. And I'm so proud to be graduating with a class that could not be more diverse, but I'm so proud to be graduating with a class that I will be able to lean on as we attempt the next part of our journey. Now, on the precipice of the next part of our journey, I hope we remember two things. I know my mood coaches are going to be a little bit upset at two things instead of three, but one, be true to who you are, and second, that growth may not always be linear, and these two are a little bit intertwined. First, in this profession, it's probably easy to get swept up in the pace of things. There will hopefully be always a deal to close, a case to win, and inevitably a deadline you owe your boss. But I hope we remember to take time to pause, to reflect, to recalibrate, and to ask ourselves whether or not we are becoming the kinds of lawyers that we hope to be in law school. And second, that who we want to be can change, and what we want can change. I hope we do not become too preoccupied with charting a perfectly linear career path. And you know what? We're already kind of good at that because we've pursued law as a second degree. I hope we appreciate the unexpected turns that life throws us and remain open to all the opportunities that come our way. Finally, a word of thanks to those who have supported us in this journey. To our families, thank you for the unwavering support, for holding space for us when we were overwhelmed, picking us up when we stumbled, and for loving us as we grew. To my classmates, thank you for the solidarity, for catching all the hot potatoes during cold calls, for shared outlines, for mind-blowing revelations 5 minutes before the exam, and mostly the encouragement and the kind words in the toughest of times. We did it together. And finally, a personal note to my law school widow husband. Thank you for being my #1 supporter. Your patience and belief in me has really carried me through more than you know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samantha, for your inspiring words. May we please invite you back to your seat.
Now it is time to present the LLB degrees to our graduating batch of 2025. May we invite Professor Lee back on stage to present the degrees to our undergraduates. Professor Lee, please. We shall now commence with the presentation of the LLB degrees to the undergraduate class of 2025.
Anushka Huja. Abhishek Behera. Adele Qing Xuan. Adrian Te Tianxin. Akash Singh, son of Baljit Singh. Alyssa Asha Wanjul. Anburajan Amrita. Ang Chen Tan. Anna G. Su Fen. Anne Margaret Mascarenhas. Awais Abdullah Akram. Bliss Lee Fan Ray. Caitlin Yo Kai Lin. Cao Ying Ying. Chan Min. Chan Yi Kang. Charles Ng Wen Hao. Charlotte Sim Yi Xian. Chi Min Yi Sarah. Chelsea Grace Bui. Chen Yanwen. Chen Yingxuan Natalia. Siobhan Tay. Chiu Yong King Justin. Chia Xuan Crystal. Chang Regine Angela. Carol Chia Yi Earth. Also the winner of the Maritime Law Association of Singapore Prize for the top student in Shipping and Admiralty Law, Singapore Maritime Foundation and Rajan Tan Prize for Maritime and Admiralty Law in International Commerce. Churnside Calvin John Kaiwan. Chloe Cadence Tay Rui Yi. Chang Chi Rui Jody. Chua Charmaine. Chung Yi Wen. Clarice Li Zhixuan. Denise 夏淑璇。Dikshita Rajaraman. Dilys Yo Sin Yi. Elijah Koham. Elizabeth Ho Li Hui. Elliot Ong Zhe Xuan. Iksha Kaur Sandhu. Evangeline Enbei Chen. Fabian Tan Wei Chuan. Felicia Ho Ling Xuan. Fong Wai Chun. Fong Guanjie. Genevieve Wu Zhiyi. Joint winner of the Joe Greenberg Top Advocate Prize for Top Oralist in International Moods 2 and the winner of the Kwa Geok Chu Top Law Student Award awarded by the Nyan Kongsi. Guo Sihui. Hannah Lam En Yi. Hazel Sim Yuan Lin. Ho Jingzhi Sanders. Ho Ka-ying Steffi. Ho Shu-hao Eugene. Hong Junling. Hoi Jun-en John. Isabel Ong Xianhui. Isabel Lau Xin-chi. James Ethan Ang Kai-ming. James Ethan Ho Song-en. Janelle Faith Kwek. Jeanette Salim. Jonathan Cheong Ren Hao. Jonathan Tan Jun Rui, winner of the IRB Law Prize for the top student in deal making and dispute resolution, negotiation in an age of disruption. Georgia J. Lo Kai Lin. Kaylin Kok Chu Xuan. Kang Jiajing Joel, winner of the Singapore Mediation Center Prize for the top student in professional mediation skills, joint winner. Kang Roxuan Debbie. Keen Nyo Junhan. Keisha Choi Ziyi. Kik Shi-chin Adeline. Kenneth He Zhiqing. Ku Hui En Deborah. Kimi Neo Hui Lin. Kingsley Kevin Nathaniel. Ko Chin Kai Joel. Ko Shangwei Yuan. Kong Zi Heng. Ku Guoxiang. Christy Chun Xiangren. Huan Jiemin. Kwok Tai Yin. Kylie Tiong Li Ying. Kyra Tan Kailin. Li Anjia Chloe. Lee Kieran. Lee Liang Tao Graham. Lee Yong Tian. Lee Yong Xin. Li Zhiyu. Liang Zian. Liao Chunyang William. Liao Zhiyong. Li Shanying. Li Xingyu. Liao Liyu. Lim Jiamin Xiaoming. Lim Shihan. Lim Yujie Isabel. Lim Zhengting Walden. Lin Xi. Liu Anqi. Lao Yixing. Lo Huiyi Lynette. Lo Zhixiang. Lu Jamie. Lavin Sui Le Ying, joint winner of the Clifford Chance Award for Law and Technology. Lo Jingxuan Alyssa, top student, Drew and Napier Prize for Advocacy. Lo Zilong Ryan. Lucas Te Jiang-en. Nasrin Khalid. Nathaniel Nico V. Nang. Niu Yue Yin Gwen. Ng Min Lee Claire. Ng Song En Joshua. Ng Xin Yu, the joint winner of the Ho Kwon Ping Circle Award. Ng Xuan Yi Alex. Nicholas Tang Yongjie. Nicolette Ang Shenin, winner of the Kwa Gyok Chu Female Trailblazer Award and the Singapore Maritime Foundation Prize for International Trade Law. Nila K. Pillai. Noah Lee Zhening. Noor Farwiza, Doctor of Salimuddin Ahmed. Ong Xuan Ping Tamilin. Pang Jingxuan. Kwek Chen Rong Russell. Rachel Kwek Chuan. Rachel To. Raouf Hanan Azizi. Renee Ong Yuning. Ruben Pang Yiwei. Brian Tan Zixu. Samuel Yao Zhengri. Saran Raj, son of Mohan. Sasi, son of Krishnan. Xiao Baijun Patricia. Shailin Tan. Shruti Harini Janadanan. Xiala Ying Yula. Simone Cheng Yan Chin. So Shin Yi Jamie. Sun Hao Jun. Sun Ka-en Dora. Sydney Antoinette Xiao Xueying. Tan Jialing Wendelin, joint winner of the Singapore Mediation Center Prize for the top student in professional mediation skills. Tan Liang En Brandon. Tan Xiaoxuan Sharon. Tan Xianyin Jolie, joint winner of the Singapore Mediation Center Prize for the top student in professional mediation skills. Tan Shiyu Gwendolyn. Tan Wei Fan. Tan Yan Tong. Tan Zhongkai. Tie An Tian Ariel. Tae Hong Yi. Teo Hung Rui Damien, finalist of the Drew and Napier Prize for Advocacy and the joint winner of the Ho Kwon Ping Circle Award. Teo Yiting Bernadette. Terry Ng Tianyu. Tisha Ong. Tae Kang Hak Samuel. Timothy Cheng Zhiwen. Villanueva Vanna Erika Borines. Wang Weiyi. Wee Hyo-eun Erica, the joint winner of the Joe Grimberg Top Advocate Prize for Top Oralist in International Moods 2. Wee Hongxuan Dylan. Wu Jiali Angel. Zayden Wu Jinglun. Gyap Eun Ling Chrisan. Yo Chi Faith. And Zara Anisa Azari.
Thank you, Professor Lee. May we invite you to return to your seat. To all our LLB graduates, congratulations!
And of course, with the LLB graduates, we also now would like to invite the Kwek Hong Peng SMU Yong Pang Hao School of Law Valedictorian, Rayleigh To Xuan Hui, to give a speech. Rayleigh, please.
Dr. Hazer, Dean Lee, distinguished faculty, parents, and friends, congratulations to the class of 2025. It is my distinct privilege to say a few words on behalf of the class of 2025 today. Before today, I thought long and hard about what are some of the lessons that we learned together collectively as a batch in the past 4 years apart from the textbooks and the judgments we had to read. And I came up with 3 and not 2, so I hope this pleases my mood coaches. The first is to embrace uncertainty. We came into law school as part of the COVID-19 batch, having to take our lessons online on WebEx and Zoom. And I remember that all of the noises the class participation would make when everybody started raising their hands when one question was asked. But after that, we slowly transitioned into going back to real-life examinations and also in-person classes. And as we step out into the working world today, let us also embrace uncertainty and to creatively tackle those challenges. The second point that I'd like to say is that in law school, we have been trained to look at various issues from different sides and to also understand different perspectives. And I think in the past 4 years, we have realized that there is no golden key to that A or the A+. And similarly, when we tackle challenges at work, this is similarly also going to be the case. But as we learned in SMU, let us continue asking good questions and also curiously tackle those challenges. The final point I'd like to make is that none of us are truly alone. Be it in class, when our professors are listening to that half-formed question in the form of class participation, our group mates when we make group presentations, or even in competitions when we have our friends dialing in from abroad just to watch us at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. And I think it is only right that I thank the people at this juncture for the last part of my speech. Now, first, to my family, my parents, as well as my aunts who are with me today, thank you for everything. You have never asked for anything in return. The only thing is that I try my best. And I hope that the next group of people that I would like to thank are the very professors who are sitting in front of me today. Now, the batch of 2025 has the honor of learning from many of you and also working closely with some of you. And for myself, in the past 4 years, I'd like to especially thank the professors who have had a profound impact in my life. That would be Professors Chen Siyuan, Nicholas Liu, Aaron Yong, Pasha Xie, Adeline Chong, Warren Chick, as well as Professor Louis Ling. For all of you, I have come to you thinking that maybe I'll just help out with a footnote Delete that one annoying punctuation mark, which means that maybe one comma or one italicized full stop. But all of you have taught me what it means to become not just a law student, but also a student of the law. The final group of people that I would like to thank would be my friends who have come from either group projects or moot court competitions. Thank you for staying the course together through the early days, the late nights, and sometimes facing questions that seemed to never ever end. And as Dean Lee mentioned earlier, what is the most important is not the wins that we have gotten through our time in SMU, but really who are the people we enjoyed these victories with. And as we step out today from today's halls, closing this chapter of our lives and moving forward in the next, let us remember the people who have supported us and also be that someone in the future. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Riley. May we please invite you back to your seat. Indeed, as Rayleigh has said, this is just the beginning of us, even when we just graduated. And of course, with Rayleigh's speech signifying the end of the commencement ceremony, that also means that we are coming to the end of today's commencement ceremony for the class of 2025. I think with us today, when we take a look down memory lane, we definitely remember many moments, the bubble tea runs that we had, staying late in KGC to study, or even just going with our friends on a nature walk through Fort Canning, right? But these are things that I think we hold close to our hearts even as we depart today. This is also probably the last time we see everyone in the same room together. I hope all of us takes Rayleigh's words and really take it to heart that, we are just beginning our journeys even when it seems like we have just come to the end of our SMU journey. Now with that, I hope that we all continue making great memories tonight. And of course, with that, we have come to the end of our SMU Commencement Ceremony 2025 for the class of, for the Yong House School of Law.
Once again, a big congratulations to the class of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as our dean and faculty take their leave. May we invite the dean to lead the recessional? Professor Lee, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as our faculty and students take their leave. and gentlemen, once again, that was the class of 2025. Kindly remain seated for this moment. Okay, so I just have a few things to let you know before we end. Firstly, the law students will all be going over to the Kwa Geok Chu Library. That's our little ball of a library that's located on level 3 for a class picture. So they should be done at about 8:05 in about 10 minutes. Secondly, we do have a reception located on level 2, so just follow the ushers and they will guide you along. So for the last time as a student and the first time as a graduate of SMU, my name is Joshua.
And my name is Tamerlyn.
It's been a delight to have all of you here tonight. Thank you and good night.